As we pass our raffle tickets, please give a round of applause and welcome to the stage Uwe Brandes from the DC Commission on Climate Change and Resiliency. We're excited to have him. Show him some love. Round of applause. Make him feel welcome to the stage.
Awesome. Thank you so much. My name's Uwe Brandes. I'm the chair of the Commission on Climate Change and Resiliency here in the District of Columbia. It is my absolute honor and privilege to have been nominated to that position by Mayor Muriel Bowser. Our commission is an independent entity of the district government that reviews and makes suggestions to both the mayor and to the city council on how climate change should be dealt with here in the District of Columbia. This is one of, we heard from the previous panel, there are not many cities that are doing as much and are leading on this fight as the district is. We're one of the few cities in the world that has an independent commission to perform this function. I invite everyone to go to our website. It's climatecommission.dc.gov. I want to make 2 points, and then I want to ask some questions of you. The first is that, and I'm echoing a lot of the excellent messages that you've already heard from other speakers. When we talk about climate change, it's overwhelming. It's the whole world changing. And it's not just here on the world, it's in the atmosphere. I mean, it is an overwhelming subject. And one of the really difficult aspects of it is that even if we wave a magic wand here in DC and we stop all of our emissions here in DC, the world is going to continue to experience climate change. Even if we wave the magic wand and stop all emissions around the entire world today, the climate is going to continue to change because of all of the emissions that are already up in the atmosphere. This is overwhelming. It's totally overwhelming. But we have to lead now. This is not just an issue of the future. It definitely is an issue of the past. It's an issue of the present, and we have to act. We can't just talk. We have to talk in order to act responsibly, to act strategically, but we can't just talk. We've got to act. So why does that matter for us? It's not just the time dimension, but it's the location dimension. The way we're going to respond to climate change in DC is to make DC a better, more sustainable, more inclusive, more equitable place for us. We have this amazing opportunity. Yes, it's a burden. Yes, it's a challenge. But it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to right the wrongs of the past. It's an opportunity to be healthier. It's an opportunity to grow together at the scale of the community, at the scale and in all of our neighborhoods, and at the scale of our city. So this matters, and the fact that all of you have come here today to be part of this dialogue today matters. One of the things that everyone can do, and everyone should do, leaving this event here today, is just talk about it. Talk about it with your neighbors, talk about it with your family, talk about it with your teachers. And if you're in a conversation that seems like it's going off on the wrong track, pull it back and say, well, how does this issue relate to climate change? How does this issue, if I'm in class, in the history class, how does this history class relate to climate change? If you're in a conversation in your neighborhood about playgrounds or parks, how does that relate to climate change? We have to all be talking about this. And many of us already are. And the fact that you're here in this room automatically makes all of you climate change leaders in DC. It's amazing. So let's give all of ourselves a huge round of applause. All right. I have just a couple of questions, and I don't want any of the grown-ups to answer any of these questions. I only want to hear from youth. Who has had a climate change subject taught to them in school? Great. Hands up high. Hands up high. All right, great. Has climate change come up in the math and sciences? Good. Has climate change come up in history or other subjects as well? Do you feel that if you went to your teacher, you could have a conversation about climate change? Great. That's great. That's more than I thought. It's more than I expected, and I think that's really wonderful. I think for all of the kids here, all the youth, this is something that you, if it's not on the agenda already, you need to put it on the agenda. And you can put it on the agenda by raising your hand and putting it on the agenda, whatever conversation that you're in. I'd like to close with just a simple idea, and I really want to extend my very, very, very genuine thanks to the Office of the People's Council for organizing this event today. I think this is a step one. I have, through our commission, written a letter to the DC Council with the idea of forming a permanent Youth Climate Council in the District of Columbia. This is going to take, we think it's going to take a legislative act. I'm working on that with the chair of the Transportation and Environment Committee, which is Councilmember Allen. Every neighborhood in our city needs to be in this conversation. And it can't just be neighborhoods. We have to think about this over time. And the best way to think about this over time is by engaging youth. And so the idea is that we would have a permanent climate council for youth. We're figuring out the details of how that would be organized. But if youth are not at the table, we're not taking our responsibility seriously, because this is about long-term sustainability, and we have to find a way to move forward to become stronger, more equitable, more just in our city. We're the nation's capital. People all around the world are looking over our shoulders to see how we do it here in DC, and we can do this. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I'm asking you this question just as President.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the work that you're doing. I just looked at the website and of the members of the commission. And the commission is basically made up, I don't know if it's appointed, of people that are not Black and brown. Most of those members, I don't know if you have one board member who is a Black or brown person. I couldn't tell by looking at the pictures. But a lot of these people in this room feel the impact of environmental issues, pollution, all that kind of stuff. Their grandparents, their parents grew up in these. And so if you want these people who are greatly impacted by these environmental issues to be involved, how can people here, because there are multiple generations, get in contact with the commission? I see that there are some empty seats there and empty positions. I don't know whether they're jobs or whatever. How can these people here get involved and play a vital role in the commission?
Thank you so much for that question. It's so important. So we do have some open seats on the commission, and we're in the process of filling them. On a technical matter, the commission itself does not determine who's on the commission. The people who appoint members to the commission are either on the DC Council or the mayor. And so I think as the commission continues to, turn over the members, there's a time limit of how long you can be on the commission. Absolutely, the commission 100% needs to represent all people in the city. I'm 100% with you on that. Please help me work with the council and with the mayor in order to achieve that. Thank you. We have a website. You can email us. It's easy to contact us. We have open meetings. We meet every 3 months. We've got kind of a long agenda every meeting. You can learn about exactly what's going on in the climate debate in the district by coming to our meetings. Other questions? Happy to answer any. Yes. Thank you so much. This is such an important point. We don't live in a vacuum. We're not in a bubble. We live in the DMV. We can't do anything without Maryland and Virginia. These are such important issues, and we're working really closely with the Metropolitan Council of Governments. They also have a really good climate team that are working regionally, and there's more action necessary there, because we can't just do it on our own here. I'll just give you one simple example. We need to, in very short order, in 20 years, change the kind of energy that we get in the district. We're not going to be able to generate all the energy that we need in the city. We're going to be dependent on all of our jurisdictions around us. We need to work together at multiple levels in order to get our goals met. Yeah.
Thank you once again.
Thank you.
For a powerful sharing of information. We have enjoyed all of you.